The Australian story, no matter the chapter, is an adventure story. Ancient, action-packed, precious and proud. This week, Australia's next 5-star trekking experience, the one-of-a-kind, drop-dead gorgeous Grampians Peaks Trail. Ours is a country of open roads and experiences wild and new. An adventure story that's yours for the making. There is an old bushwalker's saying that only wilderness, pure wilderness, can clean your soul of this world gone mad. And 260 kilometres west of Melbourne, I feel like I'm getting close. The Grampians National Park is 167 hectares of rugged, ancient terrain at the tail end of our continent's Great Dividing Range. And I've come here to trek stage 1 of the Grampians Peaks Trail, a landmark 144-kilometre walking track, which locals hope will become one of Australia's most iconic treks. But every great trek needs its base camp, and for the next couple of days, the sleepy, smoky hamlet of Halls Gap will be mine. First on my pre-trek checklist is to get some essential information from the rangers at the Brambuck Centre before I start trekking.
And over the next couple of days, I'd be recommending that you wander up through the Wonderland Range to some of our high points along the pinnacle, back down to an overnight camp at the back of the pinnacle, and then set yourselves up for the next day's walk over Mount Rosea.
Okay, and what's the kind of elevation I'm looking at with those climbs?
So Mount Rosea is actually quite high up on the slope. It's about 1,000 metres, and up there you can get a range of conditions, anything from beautiful blue skies to really gusty, blowy weather. So preparation's the key. You've got to be aware of what you're getting yourself into.
If you're in need of a little perspective, at 1,100 metres above sea level, the Grampians' wild run of ranges is laid out for all to see from the top of Mount William. When the entire walk is finished, the Grampians Peaks Trail will run the full north-south length of the Grampians National Park and take people about 13 days to finish.
And can anyone come and do this walk?
Anyone can do this walk, but it'll be something that will, over the next 4 years as it gets developed, will allow people to experience different parts of the park.
Gosh, it's kind of windy up here, isn't it?
It's a little bit windy, but you know, these are the sort of conditions that people are going to come across with their walks.
Bit of a brisk morning in the Grampians. I'm about to set off on my multi-day hike, and I've got everything I need pretty much on my back. I've got a lightweight tent, lightweight mat, lightweight sleeping bag, plenty of food, heaps of water, know a little bit of first aid and have a kit. That's important. It's good to let someone know where you're going and when you expect to be back. And then my biggest tip would be to dress in layers. So I've got a thermal underlayer, got some hiking clothes and plenty of waterproofs. I think I'm good to go.
The track into the Wonderland Ranges and up our first Grampians Peak leaves conveniently from Halls Gap, and thankfully my guide Ida Williamson has explored them all.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
Isn't it absolutely beautiful? The rock formations are incredible. So this is the start of the Grand Canyon on the Pinnacle Walk. So in the winter, The river races down here and you walk up over it. It's fantastic. All layered sandstone, 400 million years old. And think we were once under a shallow sea standing here.
From Halls Gap, the track along the Grand Canyon and up the Pinnacle is roughly 11 kilometres round trip. But the journey to the top is actually quite relaxing as the mind wanders trying to imagine what all this scenery would have looked like when the Southern Ocean lapped at these cliffs almost 40 million years ago. But it's not your mind getting you up this track, so I think it's fair to say you'll need a good base of fitness if you're going to tackle this walk.
We've made it. Our first peak.
Our first peak of many. Where are we?
We're at the Pinnacle. The Pinnacle's 760 metres.
I know, isn't that? It's really cool actually being able to see how far we've come in a couple of hours.
See your accomplishments?
It's so wild up here. Oh, it just makes you feel alive.
The Grampians Peaks Trail is about halfway through its development, with 70 kilometres of trail now open to walkers and a further 80-odd kilometres of new track to go. After all the exertions of our morning climb, it's an easy downhill stroll from the Pinnacle to the Bugiga campground, my home for the night.
It was a good day today. Weather does change quickly. I'm kind of a bit regretful that I didn't bring any gloves, but a warm cup of tea at the end of the day is pretty cool. I can see the whole range that I'm going to climb tomorrow. So a good night's sleep, I think, is in order.
After the break, I'll tackle my second Grampians Peak solo.